Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Raku here with What If Issei Became the Supreme Shadow Monarch, Part 1. Now, before I continue on, I should mention one thing. I woke up since 7 o'clock this morning. Usually, that's such an odd time for me to wake up because it's a weekend and I usually wake up somewhere around like 10, 11, 12, maybe even 1, which is confusing. I woke up this morning feeling so refreshed, kinda. I still feel a bit tired, but not much. I do have to take sibling to food. I also gotta return some shit, but yeah, not the point. But other than that, let me begin to this what if. Let me shut the fuck up, and yeah. So this is basically going to be a crossover between a couple of animes. Let me mention out the crossover. First of all, the High School DxD is going to be the main one. The God of High School is another one. Solo Leveling is another one. Spriggan is another one. The Tower of God is another one. And the last one I think will be, well, what the hell did I put? That's the last one? Fuck it. Maybe I'll add it. Maybe I won't add it. But I might add some Fate characters into, well, the What If. So yeah, so Fate will be probably another series that I'm gonna add into this story. So I'm probably gonna guess that you all know what those animes are. I don't need to go and explain them, but if I do, just know the God of High School is basically a martial arts kind of like anime. It's literally almost based around martial arts with gods involved and somewhat magic, but not much. Unless you count borrow powers magic, but it's not. It's like the spirit of a god you might have borrowed or a hero, or yeah, you get the point. Not the point with that. There's also yeah, mostly I'm not gonna mention all of that. If you really want to know what that is, either go read the webtoon or go watch the anime. I mean, the anime only has 1 season, so probably watch an explained video. I'm not gonna explain it. If you already know what's it called, what was it called? If you already know what solo leveling is, you should probably already know it because you either watched the anime, read the webtoon, read the light novel, or just watch an explainment video. Then you're good. I don't need an explainment because entirely all I'm gonna say is system and shadow powers. Not the point. Now, what's it called? So, I'm gonna guess that you people know what Spriggan is. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a anime full of, well, mostly the one main character would be named Yuji, not Yuji, it's Okatame or whatever. He is basically someone that basically has this armor called power armor. It's like a advanced technology armor that they managed to kind of make out of old technology, well, old advanced technology a long time ago, made by the gods themselves. But of course, they sent a tablet to the modern world to protect the technology from back then instead of people using it for evil. Now, out of the way, go watch a video or go watch the anime. The anime only has like 6 episodes. Those 6 episodes are 44 minutes long. So if you have the time, I'll probably just suggest to watch an explainment video. And last but not least is the Tower of God. I'm not going to explain what the hell the High School DxD is. I'm going to guess you already fucking know it, because if you don't, then why the fuck are you on here? Because if you don't, then damn, I'm not going to explain it. So yeah, mostly the Tower of God is none other than, what's it called? Well, the main character known as the 25th Pawn going up a tower and dealing with, well, beings that are either born in the tower or born outside of the tower, like none other than the 25th Bond. 25th Bond was born outside the tower, making him I forgot what they called him. Well, whatever. They call him something. They mostly say that he doesn't really belong in the tower and should be outside and kicked back out or killed. But yeah, but entirely, the 25th Bond is kind of just broken. There's going to be artificial kind of weapons like those, similar to Spriggan, added into the story. So yeah, you might be able to see, well, mostly I am going to talk about some of the artificial weapons from the 25th bond, like the 13 month, or like the what's it called, God Thorns. Now, if you don't know what God Thorns are, go read the book, well, mostly webtoon, or go look it up. I think they're called God Thorns or God Slaying Thorns or whatever the hell they're called again, but yeah. But other than that, let me begin to this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah, let me begin. But other than that, let me begin this what if. Let me shut the fuck up and let me begin. So we begin into mostly Issei Hiro. Now, Issei Hiro is a regular student who, well, not really a regular student. He was the one who got sent into the supernatural world after his ex-girlfriend, Rainer, also known as Yuma Amato, killed him, sent him to the supernatural because he got reincarnated into being a devil by none other than Rhea Scremery. Rhea Scremery, she has a porage with Akano, Kiba, Koneko, and Ozzy Argento. I mean, Ozzy was right later, but yeah, you get the point. But we go into a time skip of, well, Issei defeating Triseka, and yeah, you get the point. So yeah, the defeatment and sealment of Triseka was still a thing, and everyone was celebrating. But we go into mostly a celebration party. Now, while Issei is talking to Kiba and even, what's it called? Kiba and Sanji? Well, not entirely Sanji. Sanji was somewhere else. But this is where, well, Issei was talking to Kiba and even Gasper. Gasper has become a bit brave, kinda. He's right now trying to act brave and mature like a guy, thanks to the fact that he's trying to, well, protect someone that's precious to him and got saved thanks to Issei. None other than Valerie? Something like that. Who kind of just got saved by Issei to, yeah. It's because she had the sacred gear inside her, none other than this, what's it called, Holy Grail. But yeah. But with that in mind, this is where, well, Issei was right now talking to Kiba, kind of just laughing, telling Kiba the death thing, they are bros and other blah blah blah. While Issei was talking, this is where he sees none other Sursex and like his family, like mostly his wife being Grace-P, and yeah, even Azo, and you get the point, other people in the party, so yeah. Also, Yakuza will be here, but not the point. I'll mention her later. This is where, well, Issei was just talking to Kiba until this is where, well, Issei was just looking for the girls to know where they're at. And of course to see if they were here. Until in the middle of the crowd, music, like a very lovely music, like love music actually appeared. And everyone was going to their partners and dancing quietly and whatever. And Issei noticed Rias, Akano, Koneko, Azia, Raffle, Yakuza, and like others. I think there was also Kuroka and LaFay. This is where, well, he noticed them, and of course he was heartbroken. Because he noticed they were dancing with other guys. And of course, it looks like Rias kind of kissed one of the guys. This is where, well, making Issei heartbroken. Shatter. This is where, well, Kiba kind of was dancing with someone else. It wasn't actually, was it called Tsubaki? And of course, I think, did I mention Yakuza? Yakuza saw dancing with one of the guys. This is where, well, Issei was heartbroken and shattered. This is where, well, he had it to go away because he was heartbroken, shattered, and of course, just a bunch of emotions were appearing around him. Now, this is where DJ, who was right now slumbering, kind of felt those emotions, but thinking that maybe Issei got hit or something. Something, blah, 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 maybe someone punched him or whatever. So, of course, DJ had to ignore those emotions because right now he was exhausted from the battle of Triseka. But this is where, well, Issei just ran away. He kind of ran away after kind of seeing this. This is where, well, the others didn't notice this because of the love theme song. Mostly they're dancing with some people, but yeah. Except for Azo. Azo noticed this, and he noticed how the girls were dancing with other guys. This is where, well, Azo could have reacted with his aura spiking up, but he wanted to make sure that Issei was fine. Issei runs outside crying, right now heartbroken entirely. Now, Valerie, who is actually a female, this one mostly Vali, who's actually, yeah, like I said, she's somewhere else. She was actually training. She didn't really care about this party. She wanted to train to actually show her, well, mostly partner and rival, being Issei, who is a stronger dragon, but yeah. But this is where we go into Azo right now rushing towards Issei. This is where Azo says, Issei, where are you? He's looking around trying to find Issei. But Issei is just gone. He went back to the human world. This is where, well, Azo thinks that Issei might have went back to the human world, back to, well, Kuo. This is where, well, he had to make his own magic circle to try to find him. But we go into Issei coughing up blood. He didn't know what exactly happened. But this is where, well, he found out that mostly the evil pieces inside his body are actually being corrupted and kind of tried to kill him. While the evil pieces are also trying to kill him, something else is trying to kill him. He doesn't know what it is, but it's none other than Dragon's Fall. Dragon's Fall is a disease that's actually slowly killing him. This is where, well, he got in contact with mostly, what was his name? The purple dragon, what was his goddamn name? Tawny. He got in contact with Tawny using the magic circle, and this is where he's coughing up blood in the call, but this is where Tawny says, Issei, are you okay? Issei says, no, I need help. Somebody. This is where Tawny had to make a magic circle and be at the human world. Of course, in his human form, because he can't just be a giant dragon kind of being in the human world. Or that would expose the supernatural. But this is where, well, Tanyan appears to actually find Issei. Issei is right now near a forest, right now coughing up a lot of blood, confusement and scared and fear and emotions and negative and other stuff is actually hurting him. This is where, well, Tanyan kind of rushes up to mostly Issei, but realizes that Issei has a virus on him. That he can't get close to Issei because he noticed what exactly Issei has. Issei has none other than the infamous, well, mostly curse/virus that only a few dragons in a millennia can get. And that is none other than, well, Dragon's Fall. It's a rare, powerful disease that has no cure for it. Issei said, help me. This is where, well, mostly Tanyan also realizes the demonic energy around Issei is actually kind of trying to kill him faster with the Dragon's Fall, which is confusing and realize that it's horrifying to see a dragon goes to Dragon Fall and it seems that he can't even help Issei. This is where, well, Tanyan says, wait, let me get in contact with the others. I can't get anywhere near you, Issei. Issei said, no, don't leave me. This is where, well, he's coughing up blood. This is where Tanyan said, I'll come back fast. Don't move. Issei said, no, don't leave me. This is where, well, he noticed Tanyan uses magic circles to teleport. Issei said, no, don't. I'm scared. This is where, well, Issei cough up more blood. Trying to contact Dietrich, but Dietrich is kind of, he didn't feel the emotions. Something else is blocking him. But this is where, well, Issei, don't leave me. I'm scared. Why? Why is this happening to me? Also, this is where, well, mostly, Issei, I feel so weak. So tired. So tired. This is where, well, we'll see. He feels all this kind of exhaustions, and if he falls asleep, he might die. This is where, well, birds are chirping. Well, it's not chirping. It's mostly rain is falling upon him. This is where he says, rain? Why is it raining? Wasn't it just... This is where he coughed up more blood. But this is where, well, rain started kind of appearing over him. This is where just multiple kind of raindrops start falling upon him. He used to say, why is it raining? Why does it feel so cold? Why did they cheat on me? So many questions. So little time. So much pain. This is where, well, his vision is becoming slowly darkened. This is where, well, before he can actually fully fall asleep and die, this is where something actually appeared in front of him, freezing everything, freezing the rain from dropping on him, freezing the emotions and other stuff around him. This is where Issei almost closed his eyes, but noticed a blue screen appear in front of him. It's kind of a blue, but yet kind of golden screen, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly the screen says, you have met the requirements. Would you like to become a player? This is where, well, Issei looks at this and just says, what is this? Player? You have less than 3 seconds to choose, or your heart will stop. This is where Issei says, I don't know what this is, but I don't really have anything else to lose. Yes. His eyes fully closed, and this is where, well, the system says, "Welcome, player, to the system." This is where, well, if for some reason the system seems to glitch out a bit and have this ominous purple color, but then change back to a blue color. This is where, well, Issei slowly closes his eyes and fully just supposedly dies, but he didn't die at all. Instead, his body was transferred somewhere. Transferred to somewhere else. Like a kind of holy light appears around him, transferring his body somewhere else. Divine energy kind of appeared. But this is where, well, we go into Issei's mindscape. Issei is looking around, seeing that it's all dark around and looking all around, saying, "Hello? Diedrich? Where are you?" He kind of looks around. He doesn't, it seems just like this, bleh, a second. This place, god damn it. God damn it, let me just say that again. This place that Issei is feeling, it feels like the same place that he met the other users from Diedrich's past. Or not Diedrich's past, but also from the Booster Gears past. But yet, even though in this darkness place, it feels so warm, so relaxed. So, it feels so calming, really calming. The only time he ever felt this is when he kind of was a child and with his parents, before his parents were neglecting him. This is what, well, Issei was just sitting down and right now feeling calm, until a golden bright aura actually appears over him. This is where, well, Issei was confused. This is where he looks up to see a guy with kind of whitish hair. White short hair, spiked up a bit, having a kind of like somewhat floating kind of ring, kind of like crown around his head. A kind of like circle, like a holy circle ring behind him had like these flame patterns. A red wing had like these black orbs and necklace around his like neck. This is where, well, he had wearing orange kind of with golden crosses in his like shirt, just like a button-up shirt, with like this black robe, and of course is where he had such a divine energy aura. It kind of looks like this. He really looked like this, okay? He also did have a cross in one hand and another cross in the other hand. This cross is kind of the yang one, while the other one was a yin, or yin yang. I can't remember which one was which. But yeah, not the point. But while mostly Issei kind of seeing this man, for some reason he feels a familiar towards this man. This man also has one kind of grayish white eye, being his like left eye, while his right eye has a kind of red color, like red iris color, with a golden kind of cross as the most pupil. This is where, well, Issei is confused, but he feels such a calming and nice aura around this man. He doesn't know who this man is. He never has met this man. But yet he feels so calm, so warm, so lively. He feels like this man would protect him all his life. And yet Issei has no clue who this man is. Issei kind of speaks out with his words, saying, who are you? The man right now kind of glances at Issei with mostly his right eye, while his left eye is a bit closed. He coughs into his hand and looks at Issei and says, "Well, it's been a while, Issei. Park." This is where, well, mostly Issei says, "You're mistaking me. My name is Issei Hyodo, not Park. You must be..." Sorry about that. Mostly, the man says, "No, I'm not mistaking my child with someone else. You see here, Issei. It's been a while. The last time I saw you, you were only a baby." This is where, well, Issei says, child? But my parents are..." "No, they're not. They're not your real parents. Sorry to tell you about this, but I'm your actual father. My name is let me say that. Wait. This is where he says, "My name is Mugen Park. And you are my son, Issei Park." Issei was confused, shocked, and immediate kind of happy. He felt happy, warmth, and actually joy for the first time in his life, because with his old father, known as Goro Hyodo, he never felt the same kind of emotions with this man. This is where Issei said, Mogun Park? Isn't that a Korean. Yes, it's a Korean name. But that's not the point, Issei. I mean, you are 100% Korean. Issei widened his eyes and said, "What? I'm 100% but wasn't I? No, like I said, you were sent to this world by me. I should have mentioned that. You are not originally from this dimension. You're originally from the god, well, a world called the god of high school. Let me explain everything, Issei. Let me explain who you really are. What is your heritage? And why did I send you here? This is where, well, Majin, I keep calling him Majin Park, but his real name is Mogun Park. But this is where, well, Majin Park explains everything, and I mean everything in every single detail about who exactly Issei is. Issei is the son of him, Majin Park, and someone named Judge P. Well, her real name is Ariana. Not Ariana. I meant to say Arya for some reason. I said Ariana. Arya. Well, mostly she doesn't really have a last name entirely. Mostly, I'm just making this up. This last name for mostly. Well, not last name. It's mostly Judge P never did really have her name mentioned out. So of course I'm going off with a OC name. So her name is Arya. Mostly Arya Gojo, but yeah. I know, fight me about it if you kind of hate the name Park. Well, mostly not Park. We'll see me giving her name Park. Well, not Park. Gojo? It's because I can't really think of anything. Well, let me think about something else. Wait. Her name was Ariana. Yeah, not Ariana. Arya Pungwon. But yeah. Because pretty much she was also Korean. But yeah. She had bluish hair with kind of blackish eyes. I think they were brown, but right now I'm just going to say black because that's what I saw on the webtoon. With Majin Park, mostly season 1. This is season 1 I'm talking about, mostly Majin Park. Mostly this is the last season, but not the point. Mostly season 1 Majin Park had black hair. With kind of a bit horns. Kind of looked like, mostly his hair would kind of spike up a bit, like looking like 2 horns. Blackish eyes. An X in his forehead. Right now, you can see that on his final season, but not the point. But this is where, well, Issei was just shocked to find out that he had a mother, quite beautiful mother. Of course, he also had his heritage was just a very powerful heritage. He found out his father was a supreme god, who actually managed to become a supreme god by devouring the original supreme god known as Tenjin. Now, Tenjin was none other than the Buddha of this world, but not the point. Of course, he finds out the criminal records that mostly Monarch Park has ever done in this world. He is first amazed but horrified of his father's crimes. This is where, well, Monarch Park explains if he really hates him, mostly he explains towards Issei, if you really hate me, then you can hate me. I do not mind. I sent you to this world so you won't be hated, or betrayed, or attacked by anyone, just because of my crimes. But that seems like an impossible mission. It was only wishful thinking of myself to do. I'm so sorry, Issei. Issei kind of just said, no, it's fine. No, everything's fine. I'm just happy that you finally talked to me. That's all. I don't really mind about your crimes. It's just, I really wish I could just spend time with you and Mom. This is where, well, Issei looks down and kind of just like holds his hands. Very quietly, he is actually acting like a quiet, nervous child, instead of his outgoing, explosive, adventurous child side. This is where, well, you'll see Majin Park kind of pats Issei's head. This is where, well, Majin Park says, even though me and your mother could never spend time with you, that doesn't mean that you can just give up and show weakness against this world. This world has betrayed you. Well, not betrayed you. Betrayed you in the worst possible way by your girlfriends cheating on you. Which I was surprised you got multiple. But not the point. Issei, don't let the betrayment, the cheatment, and other stuff push you down. You gotta surpass it. Show this world who's truly boss. Even if you have to kick the fucking, well, fate in the face to push you out of the way. You're a park. Understand that, Issei. You are someone who does not bow down towards the gods or anyone. You are my son. You shall show this world truly the name Issei Park and what it truly means. Understand? This is where Issei right now kind of pushes the tears out of his face and kind of smiles. So Monarch didn't just call Issei Issei. He called Issei by his actual. He didn't call Issei by Issei Park. He called Issei by Issei, well, his real name, Song Park, which means Song just means strong. Well, mostly someone that rise, ascend, inherited, and strong. That's just what it means. Okay, I searched it up just to see what it means. I'm not talking about Song Jin-woo's name. It's spelled, instead of being spelled S-U-N-G, it's spelled in Korea S-E-U-N-G. That's what it means. I'm probably saying Sui, something like that. But yeah, pretty much Issei is just confused with that name. But he likes it. But he likes his actual name. So he decides to make, well, S as his like middle name. He smiles at his father. He thanks his father for everything. But before his father left, he decides to give Issei the power to, well, unlock his heritage. But before he could do that, he noticed something actually appear right in front of Issei. The system. Stopping us, what's it called? Well, mostly, margin from actually unlocking Issei's power through just giving. This is where, well, he looks at this confusedly and glares at it a bit. But then realizes that there's someone else right now watching the boat. Mostly Monarch Park mostly ignored this like being from a while ago because this being dead were watching both Issei and Majin. And Majin is right now glaring at the being in the shadows. Even though Issei can't see, mostly Majin can. This is where Majin glares at the being who's actually here with him. In the shadows, into the darkness. Even though no one else can see it, Majin could. With his powers of being the supreme deity, known as a supreme god, he notices being super fast and glares at the person. Now the person looks back at Majin. This is where, well, Issei is saying, Father, what are you looking at? Oh, nothing. I was just looking at the lazy dragon that has been just sleeping instead of helping you. Do you want me to remove that dragon from you? No. Don't destroy D-Drake, please. He's the only friend I have. Okay, fine. I guess this thing right here that appeared in front of us is something like a, how should I say? Have you ever played video games? This is where, well, he questions Issei. He says, yeah, I used to play a lot of video games a while ago. Well, the system is a thing to help you gain power. Issei says, really? It is? Yes. And I want you to train your body and other stuff. Then instead of me giving you the power, I'm only going to give you a small portion of what I was supposed to be giving you. This is where he actually transmitted some of the power into the system, some of his actual power that he was about to give Issei, until the system had it to kind of be on update, had it to be on hold and update, because it's not just having the same power to kind of transfer the system. The system was going to try to build Issei to become the new being known as the Shadow Monarch, but Monarch Park has actually infected it with his own powers to actually train Issei to become a supreme god at the same time. So the system had it to mostly collaborate back into trying to update and trying to figure out what to do. And the system has now chosen Issei's path. He will become the new supreme Shadow Monarch. Now this is where, well, Issei gets a small portion from his father to actually just give him a boost of motivation, which Issei's body had it to go into a change. This is where outside his body, his whole body was changing. With the golden divine aura actually changed his body. Issei no longer looks like a normal, well, 17-year-old pervert or whatever, with brownish hair and brownish eyes. His eyes change. His eyes are actually now a crystallized sapphire blue with turquoise color, dark purple, or not dark purple, I missed it again. It is dark purple, emerald green, silver, scarlet red, and black kind of eyes. His left eye has the symbol of a seven-leaf lily, similar to that of Buddha from Wreck-It Ragnarok, while his right eye is actually, mostly his right eye has a cross, a golden cross similar to that of mostly Margin Park's, well, right eye. But this is something that Issei has just got unlocked. Now, I will mention the abilities of what they have, but not the point right now. Now, Issei also has his hair change. From his short kind of brownish hair spiked up, is now black. Similar kind of looking like Margin Park's kind of season 1's kind of hairstyle. But it also has a few dark blue highlights. Kind of giving him that kind of color of mostly Arya. Arya kind of Pugan. But not the point. Now, Issei's height has also changed. He is still the same short height. Don't worry about that. You won't change it through the system. But he also kind of feels a bit lean muscular, but not much. He kind of grew a bit to be 5'8", but for right now, I will mention that later. But yeah. But this is where, Issei kind of feels stronger. And this is where, he decides to notice that everything is kind of fading away. This is where he tries to talk to his father, but his father says, well, it's time for you to wake up. Sorry, Issei, couldn't talk for you too long. Well, maybe next time. Maybe until you unlock your full power. Hope to see you again from then on. Don't worry, Issei. I'll always be with you. Me and your mother will always be with you. Don't ever forget that. Right? Issei says, fine, I won't forget that. I'll change myself. I'll become stronger. You just watch me. This is where Issei smiles. This is where Majin kind of smiles. Notice the arrogant smile, but this is where he noticed Issei still being heartbroken. He says, this is where Majin says, I'll give you a piece of advice, Issei. In the near future, you might be happy with new women that will never betray you. They'll be loyal to you. Just wait until then. This is where Issei was confused from the riddle that most of his father gave him. And this is where, he then says, yeah, maybe. This is where, we go into the outside. Issei changed. He doesn't even know where exactly he's at. He is at a forest/mountain range. He is nowhere near Kuo. He noticed that. And he realized his eyes can see further from normal. This is where, the system actually appeared right in front of him. Welcome, player. This is where, we'll see. Issei said, okay. He tries to tap on it, but doesn't move. And this is where he says, continue. He says continue just because out of instinct. This is where, the system continues. Welcome to the system. This is where, let's see. He says, okay, continue. This is where the system explains what it is entirely. It's basically something that helps him out to level up, get stronger, and other stuff. But yeah, it's similar to what he said towards Sun Wu, mostly from Soul Leveling. This is where, Issei understands continue, and this is where he noticed his character design. His character design is different. He's no longer the same kind of brownish hair boy known as Issei Hiro. His name is also changed, which it says near his character. His full name is Issei Song Park. This is where, he also noticed that his, mostly, character design is a little bit different now. He has now blackish hair with blue highlights. This is where he looks kind of like his father a long time ago, because he actually did see images of his father back then. This is where, he also kind of has what's called, his eyes are a different color. They're actually such a majestic kind of beautiful color. He has never seen in his life, but he doesn't mind it for right now. This is where, he kind of just continues reading on all of it. This is where he notices stats. His stats are just absolute broken. Let me mention how they look like. So I'll mention the stats later, okay? I haven't actually thought of them. But this is where, Issei kind of just look us. Damn it. That's where Issei just wakes up and looks around and says, where the fuck am I? The system did tell him the stats, and that's where he says, okay, I'm a bit overpowered. He decides to walk up to a tree and punch it, and he just shatters the tree in an instant. He barely even punch the shit with. He thinks, God damn, I'm overpowered. Actually, that reminds me. T-Jerk, are you there? He knows the system has actually locked his sacred gear. And realize the system explains all the abilities and attributes he might have. He has 2 passionate skills active at all time, being willpower and also something called gamer's mind. He also has a skill right now unlocked being called analyze, but that's all. He also has he has another skill called borrow power that's being level 1, and the only thing that he can do is summon out a cross to mostly use it as a defense wall, but right now he doesn't know how to do that. He looks at all these skills and realizes he has lots and lots of locked skills that he will have to unlock. They all have different levels of when to unlock them, but this is where he says, okay, I know I'm realizing I'm just broken. Fine. Okay. Yep. This is where he realized that he's truly broken. He just needs to learn how to control this broken side of him. Well, not entirely the emotion side, his power side, because he entirely is broken. He's the son of a supreme god known as Monarch, who has the power of Tengen, who is actually supposed to be the Buddhism of that world, but not the point. He then smiles and grins. He realizes he might have to cover his eyes so no one else will ever need to see them. But we go into a time skip about 2 weeks later. But for right now, I'm going to end it off here. Other than that, bye, see you, good night. Right now, yeah, I'm gonna probably go eat something. I'm probably gonna go buy food. So other than that, bye, see you, good night. So yeah, good night.